You know what the riddle of the Sphinx is? You bet your booties I know what the riddle of the Sphinx is. But you get it out of the book of Revelation. You don't get it messing around with the philosophers and the Rosicrucians and all the hidden wisdom. It's in that book. X, X, X. X marks the spot. You can't sign your name? Sign X. You know what Super Bowl XXX is? Going to be 1996. You got a tribulation starting in 1933, that'll put it right in the middle of it. XXX, and then the Sphinx sitting over here. The Sphinx is a bad cat. Because part of him's a woman. He's a hermaphrodite. So you'll have to start calling the hurricanes by male names, and you'll have to start neuterizing the people and calling them chairpersons. Instead of chairwomen or chairmen, they got to be in the middle. You don't believe it, do you? Okay. Are you an Hispanic? Tell me what that is. That's something holy. Santa Maria. It's a woman saint. Santa Lucia. It's a woman saint. When you want to say a man, you say San Luis Obispo, San Jose, San Diego, you see. Now, you Hispanics know that. That's masculine, that's feminine. What could this be? Is that a strange thing? This man from up north with the white hair, like snow, Revelation chapter 1, and he's a female? Santa? Why? See, people just tear through there, they don't think. There's some education in America that produces non-thinkers. All right, you got a thing set up here, and this thing is a sphinx. This thing is a cat man. It has black spots. Many of the black spots in the leopard are complete circles, but many of them are what we call a rosetta. And a rosetta is a thing like this. If you look at the spots in that leopard. You know what it's like? It's like a big pair of black lips put around that skin. So, Ruckman, you're stretching things. I am. Then why, if those kids in junior high school write a letter to their girlfriend and sign it this way? You know what that means? Any kid knows what it means, but you don't know where you got it from. There's a high school kid in America tell you that thing came from. The sign of a kiss. I know a man who kissed Jesus Christ one time. And you know what his name was? His name was Judas, which means Judah, and Christ of the Lion of tribe of Judah. If that weren't enough, this fellow hung on a tree like Christ, and if that weren't enough, he preached 42 months just like Jesus Christ. You couldn't tell them apart. When those bunch of teenagers put out that dope opera called Jesus Christ Superstar, and they put that thing out, you know what they had at the end of that book, the end of that rock opera? They had Jesus dead and Judas alive. And Judas in that story was a black man. Isn't that a strange thing? All right, he has a number. He has a mark. He has a letter. You don't have to guess any more about what the letter is. You know what the letter is. The letter is X. And the number is 666. The Naval Air Station was very careful to take that off a couple of years back. I've been in Pensacola for 41 years. When you came through the gate, the main gate of Pensacola Naval Air Station, it came right in there. On the back side of that gate, on the back of that building, it said 666. How many remember that? Let me see your hands. There you go. Something happened to that number. Somebody's worried. Somebody's worried. Now, you see that thing right there? Those are barcodes for your groceries. And there's a 6 right there, and a 6 right there, and a 6 right there. And if you want to see that in the barcode, look for 2 thin letters, 2 thin lines. Some of the letters are like that, thick and a thin. Some are a thick and 2 thins. Some of them are a thin and a thick. Some of them are just a thick. Some of them are 3 thins, but 2 thins is a 6. You take that stuff, you run that across the grocery store, and it goes beep, beep, beep. You look down at the beeper, and what do you see? Well, bless my soul. 6. Sit in that thing. Everything you bought with that barcode on it for the last 15 years, you've been buying the number of the beast. You just haven't got his name yet. The computer hasn't hit the grocery store up yet to the man. So you're not damned yet. But the Bible said if you receive that mark or number or name of that beast, that's the end of you. Revelation chapter 14. Do you know something, folks? That's one way you know that you're not going to go in the tribulation. One of the ways you know the church is not going to get into here is because that's said to be the time of Jacob's trouble, not the church's trouble. And if you get into here, you could lose your salvation if you took that mark. But you ain't going to lose your salvation. You're just good as heaven with the door shut. Matter of fact, you're in heaven right now. Ephesians chapter 2, your body just hasn't left yet. You've got to get that thing right. Old Ruckman's a heretic, Ruckman this, Ruckman that. Shut your mouth and get your head in that book and see what's going on. All right, now, he has a spot, he has a mark, he has a number, and so in your new telephones, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then what's this over here? Tit-tat-toe, 3 in a row. XXX, 6, right over here. Folks, let me tell you something. At the rate this thing is moving, I don't care what you guess or what you don't guess, the rate this thing's moving, if the Lord came tonight, nobody in this building should be surprised about the time. Amen. You haven't got any alibi. That thing is moving so quickly, you can't even find out, you can't get your feet in the ground. You realize what you got sitting here tonight? You've got a telephone number, an area code number, and a zip code number, and a house number, and a license number, and a bank account number, and a Social Security number. They got 7 numbers on you, and they got you numbered to where they want to pick you up any time. Just press a button, and away she goes. All right, now he has a letter. Now that is null. He has a name. What's his name? Take your Bible and turn to John chapter 17. Get that in one hand, and get 2 Thessalonians the other. John 17, 2 Thessalonians 2. All right, in John 17, we'll have you look at verse 12.